Well, hello, Facebook land, and welcome to the Hillside Haven. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. We have a project, and we certainly want to update. So, some people have asked they wanted more step-by-step instruction. So, I really wanted to start at the beginning of this one, so maybe I don't get so far behind, and then the process is a little more, I can explain the process a little bit more so that we're all on the same page for those that want to do DIY and join us DIY dummies, us reno rookies, as we work through this office. Well, actually, as we work through the whole house, to be honest, but don't look at the mess, because there's my sewing stuff, and obviously, while we're working, stuff's being moved from one room to the other room, and so there is dust everywhere. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it, but wow, yeah, the carpet has gotten filthy. I'm gonna have to have the carpets clean. So first, I wanted to show you he did the office floor for all of those. There is the office floor. Yay! Doesn't it look, and that's blending into the living room. So the transition is very nice. And there's the wall to the living room. And then the office, the floor, and there we go. Okay, so this portion over here, right where that line is at, is going to be my desk. And we're doing a DIY desk attached to the wall, which would sort of be a floating desk, but it's otherwise known as a wall-mounted desk. And as I had showed you before, I am going to make those. Oh, he also put in the trim. Look at that. It looks amazing. Yay, yay. Well, hi, guys. Thanks for watching. So let me show you that's the, from the garage, the Hawk Garage. Go Blackhawks. Boy, we miss our hockey in this house. Ooh, we miss our hockey. Ooh, my man misses his hockey. So that's leading into the room. Okay, and it is a small room, about 6 by 6. So here is our project, the wood. So as you can see behind me, that's the piece that I just did, and then these are the pieces that I'm going to do that are going to make the shelving for the office desk, and furthermore the shelves. So I got you all set up. Woo woo. Okay, I wanted to show you a few things. As I was asked what this looks like. Yeah. So to get ready, get the pieces of wood that you would want to use. I want to make a quick commercial. For those of us that struggle with mobility a little bit, and this is a project where I'm going to be using my arms, which means I'm going to be using a lot of potassium. So I am taking some extra potassium so that I don't go paralyzed. And my wheelchair is right here, so that should I get a little, feel like I'm going to go into paralysis, then I'm just going to drop myself in the chair and sip on my fizzy. So we always modify according to mobility. So, but the work still gets done, and it's so exciting. I love doing it. Nala, stay over here. She saw a squirrel. Nala, come. Okay, so Mike has already measured the office, and he knows exactly how much wood. We discussed how deep I wanted the desk, because it's a small space, and where and how I wanted the desk. So we decided on it's sort of like an L-shaped, or it'll be a little bit of a U-shaped desk made of wood. Oh, there's Mikey, the man, the myth, the legend. Yo, Mikey. Did you say hi, babe? He's a little quiet because he works a shift that causes him to sleep in a little bit, and he did not sleep in today. So we picked up the wood at Home Depot, and here it is. I'm going to show you that it's the roughed wood and roughed up wood. And then this is one of the pieces that I just finished, and so you can see where the edge has been sanded, and I sanded the corners because I wanted a soft edge, meaning that means I don't want it to give me splinters when I'm working, and I want it to be smooth. So I sanded all of that, and then I sanded this corner so you get a soft corner instead of like a hard cut. And you can decide, again, this is like our shim wall. This project, you totally get to decide how you want to do your own wood. And Nala, come here. And how you want that wood to look. And then also prepare yourself. Whoop, don't use this, that's my tea, your beverage of choice. So get your stains ready. I got a walnut stain, a dark walnut, but I don't want it that dark. As I showed you in the kitchen, I want it to be relatively lighter. So I'm actually going to use thinner, and I'm going to thin that out. And hey, Mike, would you come out here for a second, please? So, Nala, come. Mike, Nala, come. He was trying to get them together, and I think they had a problem. Sorry. The neighbor brought his dog over, and his dog started going at Nala, so Mike's taking care of it. Okay, so I got the stains, and I got a couple. I have the dark walnut. I have the honey, and then I have the weathered oak, which is a little bit of gray. So you have to decide what your colors are that you want to work with. The dark walnut does come out very dark, so that's right inside the car on the floor, babe. So I have to dilute it. Now the honey, if you've ever worked with honey stain, it has an orange tinge to it, so you want to be really careful. Make sure that you practice. So here's a shim. So I thought I would use this. It doesn't fit on JoJo's neck, babe. It's too tight. We tried it. You can try it, but Kim and I tried the training chain on JoJo. They got the training chain out for the dog, and yeah, JoJo's neck's tight.
It's too tight.
Okay, you could try it. No. I just wanted you to know. Kim and I tried it the other day. So I'm going to. You want to make sure you have gloves. Ooh. Whoops! Oh my goodness! I am so sorry. That's I guess that's what happens. When you're outside. I'm trying to work outside because of the smell and the smell and the space that I need, and I want to sand, and I don't want the dust all over the house. So hopefully that won't happen again. My apology. Get some dish towels that you cut up, some rags. I call them rags. And usually you don't wear clothes you want to keep, but I forgot this morning. So, and then here's our sample piece. Okay, so take one of your stains so you can figure out what the concoction is that you want to use. So this one is a dark walnut. And, well, you can pour it in something. I poured it in here. And again, this is your own project. So however you choose what color, what pattern, what kind of wood you want to use, I believe, you know what, I'll be honest, I don't remember the name of the wood that we're using. So I'm going to pour in some of the thinner and close it because it evaporates. Then I have these gloves for staining. These gloves I used for sanding, like a garden glove. The plastic gloves, I don't know if you guys remember when we did the shim wall and we used the plastic gloves, but they ate through them. So, all right, so here is the mixture that I'm using. I chose dark walnut with some thinner, lacquer thinner. And so you can see what the color is gonna look like there. It will be something similar to that. If you want it darker, don't add lacquer. And if you want it lighter, add more lacquer. Whoops, I got some on my board already. So there it is. Okay, so that lets us know that's about the color I want. I want it a little bit lighter, but when we're done, we're gonna sand that. So it will actually be a bit lighter. I want it to look aged. I want it to look a bit aged, like it's been there for a while, but it's still a nice shape. All right, so then Mike has this thing. I think it's called a hand sander. Mikey, is this a hand sander? Like a round, circular?
Orbital sander.
Orbital sander. Okay, so it's an orbital sander, and it has a battery pack on it. Okay, we gotta turn it on. All right, and this is the piece of wood that is still roughed in. You can see on the ends, and on the sides are still hard sides. So pray for my arms, Lord Jesus. Keep my arms strong for what I need, and then I'll drink a fizzy. This is a hard job, so I won't be able to do it all. Mike will be helping me. What happened? Mikey, it stopped.
Huh?
It stopped. Did the battery die? I think the battery died, because it's I think the battery died. I think this is why we're called DIY dummies.
Look at the back. Look at the back end.
I think the battery died, sweetheart. Did it?
It's still got two lines on the battery. You push a little button and it shows you the 2 lines on the battery.
Okay. Did I do something wrong?
And so slide that on.
He's fixing it for me. Yay, that's what we want.
And then there's an on and off. The little line is on and the little circle is off.
Oh, I think I was, oh, the circle's off. Okay. All right. Thank you, babe. So, when you sand it, okay, so what I wanted to show you was when you're sanding, right here, you want to sand and then sand the edge a little bit so that you soften it, and then you want to sand this edge to soften it, and then I do across the top to take off any little prickly things or things that, you know, parts of the wood that are still exposed and hard. So I'm going to do this for a second and show you what I mean so you can watch this. Let's find the on button. Okay, so we'll put this one down because I'm not going to do the whole video on just sanding. So this one is one I've already done. I showed you in the beginning. You can see the soft edges. You can see the rounded edges a little bit. Okay, so we're going to wipe that off. Get your dust off there. Somebody asked me a question about, I'm getting a lot of questions, but since I'm working, I can't really answer them all, but I will answer them later. I'm so thankful for everybody, for all your questions, your inbox or DM, I'm not sure what that's called. Anyway, for all your love and encouragement. Couple of things. We started a DIY Dummy YouTube channel. Would you please go to our YouTube channel and I think subscribe, like if you like the videos, and then comment on them? I would greatly appreciate that. And then just continue to send me questions. That's why I'm doing a step-by-step. Someone sent me a message and said they wanted a step-by-step. Would be easier if I did a little more step-by-step. So here we go. And again, don't wear clothes that aren't meant for this. Yeah, Elaine, I'll get your question about the potassium in just a bit. I do take a I'm gonna have to sit down. So, okay. So it's my wheelchair that's ready for me to sit in. I do take a potassium. I take 40 MEQs 3 times a day, and then I take FRK as needed. When I'm doing projects like this, because I know I'm leaking out potassium, I will add extra potassium to my regimen, maybe take an extra one in between my morning and noon dose, and drink an FRK as I go along. Then I also take a MAG, because you need MAG with your potassium, so I take a MAG as well. In the morning, 400 MAG, and then 400 MAG at night. And other than that, I only take, I just started the Mixilitine because of the myotonia, the muscle seizures I was having weekly, and they were just really problematic. This wouldn't have happened. So I wanted to show you, there is a number on there too. I don't know if you can see that number. So I always make sure the number will be the bottom of my shelf, not the top. So I always make sure that that's going to be the bottom of my shelf, not the top. Mike is actually in the office right now. He's measuring. That's why the laser was out there. He's measuring. Okay, for where the desk is going to go. We also measured what does it look like in my wheelchair to pull up to my desk. Will it be accessible? And my electric wheelchair, the handles go back, the arms go back, so it's very accessible. In this wheelchair, the arms are a little high in what would be a transport chair, so that won't work for us. But I can use my electric chair, and then generally when I'm that weak that I'm in an electric chair, I'm not really doing as much physical. I'm usually on the couch resting and answering emails from the couch. So he is putting the desk at 29 inches, babe? Yeah. 29 inches high. So he's in there doing that because he's going to frame out the wall to put this desk up to so that it will be a wall-mounted desk with, how thick is that, a 2-inch? 2-inch? Something like a 2-inch frame around the wall, and then those decorative supports I have. Okay, so here's our stain, and I'm going to start on the back side, because then any mistakes that you make, you can kind of, you know what you want to start with and then what you don't. Like if it's too dark, the stain is too dark, then you can lighten it up a little bit. So that's the color of the stain. Right there. So I like the color. I like it more after it's gone off the rag for a little bit, when it's a little bit lighter, than I do darker. So I probably need to add a little bit more thinner to make it not so dark. This is a dark walnut color that I'm going with. I didn't want like an orange in it. For some reason, a lot of the colors have like an orange look to them. So let me show you what we've got so far. How you doing, hon? He just needs a ham sandwich like Chip Gaines, and he's good. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Okay, here we go. So, there you have it. Look at the wood grain. The knots in it and the wood grain. Isn't that cool? Look at that. That's amazing. I just love that. I don't know about you, but that's amazing. If you want it darker, just don't add so much, don't add any thinner to it, and lacquer thinner. And then if you want it lighter, add more thinner to it. If you want a different color, like something with a little bit more orange, might be a honey kind of stain. And then this could have been a gray. You could also do the grays. I may wash this with a gray like I did the shims, so that it has kind of a worn look. Okay, so I'm not going to do both sides or the whole thing all the way around. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the shelf is going to look like, and then what I do with it. Okay, and then once I finish this video, I will do, Mike or I will finish the rest of the shelves. Probably me. I love doing this part, the artsy part. And then we'll do a video of what it looks like with him doing the frame that he's building, the support, and to install them. Okay, so there's the actual finished back side of the wood. There we go. There we go. So once I do the stain, nice chair out of the way, I come back with our sander again, because I don't like that fresh look necessarily. All right, so then I sanded down. Nala, come here. Look at those knots. Aren't they magnificent? So I sanded down that half, and you can see the difference. See, that's a little bit more bright. This is flat, like a matte versus a sheen almost. So, okay, that's my shelf. That's the bottom, so I can practice on, whoops. That's the bottom, so I can practice on whether or not I actually like the color. And then I will flip it over and decide if I like that color a lot, then I'll keep going. There seems like there's a crease or something in it right there, like a mark got on there, so I might work with that with the sander to get that down. Again, this is the bottom, so that's not really going to matter. This will be the top side. So, okay, well, I'm going to walk you back. Let me take these gloves off. Good girl, Nala. Whew. And let me walk you back in here. Thanks for joining, guys, over here at the Hillside Haven. And there's Mikey measuring. Oh, those were the brackets. So these are the decorative brackets that I want to use. I showed them to you before. They're wrought iron brackets. I'm just gonna pick, can I pick one up, hon?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're wrought iron. They're amazing. Aren't they gorgeous? So they'll give a bit of a rustic, I like kind of, yeah, farmhouse rustic. Okay, so Mike is positioning those so that he gets an idea of where we'll want them aesthetically. Those will not be support brackets because I don't want them necessarily where the 2x4s are, because they may not line up where I want them to look pretty. So he's going to build that 2-inch support all the way around. So I'll come back when he builds the support and we're getting ready to brace everything, and you guys can see where we're going. Thanks again for joining us, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. And it'll be, we're out for now, and we'll be back later. Have a blessed one. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, and go to YouTube. DIY Dummies, please subscribe, and then like and comment. Thanks. Bye.